welcome to all of you in the sanctuary and out in cyberspace. Peace be with you. It is a beautiful day here in Reading. The skies are blue and some flowers are blooming, and Mount Shasta has her beautiful white coat on. So we give thanks for all of this to the Great Spirit. Pray with me now as we connect with the source of all life within us and all around us. Our minds become relaxed. Our hearts are softening and opening with gratitude to the source, our very essence, the one eternal life in whose image and likeness we are created. Each one of us is an individual expression of the source, endowed with intelligence, power, substance, and process, worthy of good, kindness, and respect. We live in light, love, harmony, and peace. Divine wisdom is ours. We offer gratitude for this sacred space and time to deeply experience our connection with our essence and with one another. We offer gratitude for our physical presence in this temporal world, to all of creation, and to the very earth upon which we walk. Today we come together, open and willing to deepen our connection to Source, to generously listen with open and receptive hearts as Angela shares her wisdom about the many faces of the divine feminine. I know each one of us receives what is right and perfect to enrich the quality of our human experience in this world and with one another. I am fulfilled, at peace, knowing all prayer is answered. I close my prayer with the utmost gratitude. It is done, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Aho, Ashe, Satu.
Well, welcome. Here we are. How weird is this? I want to welcome you if you're new here. Mystic Heart Spiritual Center is an interfaith community. We teach universal principles and practical spirituality, and we welcome all paths to the divine. As Chris mentioned, my name is Angela French, and I am privileged, very, very privileged to welcome you here today as our beautiful, beautiful Reverend Diana takes a few very well-deserved days off. Before we begin our Taizé meditation, Reverend Diana did ask me to introduce a little bit about myself, but to be honest with you, this thing's long. So I'm going to keep the introduction real short and bring in more in conscious conversation, okay? So just really quick for you guys, I grew up atheist. I had a beautiful mystical experience in college that sent me looking down all kinds of spiritual paths. I did end up earning a master's degree in theology as well as in clinical psychology. But honestly, it's the stuff that I learned around the edges, the mystics and the Gnostics and the heretics and the pagans and all that fun stuff that really began to introduce me to all the beautiful ways that spirit shows up. So one of the things I want to say right away before we get into our beautiful morning musical prayer is I'm going to be speaking about the divine feminine. We all have the divine feminine, regardless of whether we're feminine essence being or a masculine essence being. We both have both. So please do, even though it's going to sound very much like I'm talking to the feminine essence beings in the room, please do take it in for yourself. You're up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome home to your mystic heart. Join us as we sing. Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. To guide you to heaven's door. To guide you to heaven's door. We are one, whether we're feminine or masculine, or whether we have any faith path you could name, we are all one. Will you join me in singing? Oh, lover of my soul and keeper of my spirit, nothing can separate us, we are one. Oh, lover of my soul and keeper of my spirit, nothing can separate us, we are one. Do you believe it? We are one. We are one. Nothing can separate us, we are one. All nations of the earth and life upon the planet, nothing can separate us, we are one. All nations on the earth and life upon the planet, nothing can separate us, we are one. We are one. We are one. Nothing can separate us, we are one. Nothing can separate us, we are one.
Okay, let's take a moment to center and connect. Become aware of your body. Become aware of the weight of your body in the chair. Follow the flow of your breathing, breathing naturally. Now, connect to your heart in a way that suits you, perhaps by placing a hand on your heart. Reflect for a moment on anything that evokes love for you. Build that sense of love. Soak in it. And now I encourage you with intention to visualize or sense an infinity symbol, a figure 8, forming. The bottom circle is connected to Mother Earth's energy, loving, grounding. The upper circle created by the cascading light of cosmic source or spirit flowing down, benevolent, always for your highest and best. In the center, the circles intersect to form a shining point of love in your heart. Allow your awareness to enter that shining point of light. Allow that light to pulse and grow with the rhythm of your heartbeat. Allow the infinity symbol to grow until it encompasses your whole body. Sit in that wonderful light. And now allow the light to grow beyond you, connecting to the other lights in this room. Feel how deeply we are connected here in our little family. Some of you may feel the desire to stay in this altered state for the duration of this morning's Teze, and that's beautiful. Feel free. For the rest of you, gently bring your awareness back into the present moment. Sense the air on your skin and the weight of your body in the chair. Take a soft cleansing inhale and exhale. Now, as we move into the contemplation of the sacred feminine, we remember what Reverend Diana has reminded us of all month. The sacred feminine resides in all of us, regardless of gender. Man, woman, neither, or all. However you identify, you have the sacred feminine flowing in you. And one of the sacred feminine's greatest gifts to us is embodied knowing. Embodied knowing refers to the wisdom that resides in our bodies. The intellectual mind is only a small part of the wisdom available to us. We also have gut wisdom, heart wisdom, emotional wisdom, the wisdom residing in our nervous systems, the wisdom residing in our root and sacral chakras, in our bellies. And we have intuitive wisdom. That I know that I know that I know wisdom, but I don't know why I know. I'm going to lead us into contemplation around how the divine feminine can lead us into these wisdoms. And I invite you to journey with curiosity and a childlike mind. I'd like you to do your very best to stay connected to your body. Tune in to how your body is responding to what you're hearing. What's bringing up excitement? What's bringing up pleasure? What's irritating you? What triggers you? Are there places in your body that are tightening up? Are there places in your body that are relaxing? What's giving you chills or goosebumps? All of these responses are valid and good. So ask yourself this morning, what is here for me? Feel into that. Try to the best of your ability to tune deeply into the wisdom of your body. There are many, many teachings and teachers about the faces of the feminine. There are many, many archetypes. The one that I'm drawing from today, this is going to be an ongoing thing. The one that I'm drawing from today is from Sabrina Lynn's podcast called The Six Faces of the Feminine. Again, this is only one way in, but this is where I'm drawing inspiration in my life right now. So, one of the faces of the divine that we see, divine feminine that we see here at Mystic Heart every Sunday morning is called the Mystic. Our beautiful Reverend Diana walks this particular path beautifully, perfectly, so with such integrity. The mystical feminine is a high vibrational energy. It is transcendent, sometimes so transcendent that it's hard to put into words what is being downloaded. In her, we find high spiritual wisdom. It's also a space of sacred service. The mystic, the feminine mystic, is always manifesting love into the world and allows love and light and grace to flow. It's a generous love, and whatever they intend most often comes to pass. So let's take a moment and feel into that energy. What do you sense in your body? Is there a yearning in you to walk into this high vibrational way of being? Or perhaps the next face of the feminine resonates more with you. Let's talk about the warrior. The warrior shows up when we stand in our truth, when we express our wisdom and we know that we know that we know. It takes strength to stand in our truth. The warrior gives us backbone and a strong capacity for remaining rooted and grounded regardless of anyone else's opinion. The warrior also comes to this with the high vibrational energy of heart-centered alignment. The warrior walks out of heart. There's the strength of the oak tree in the warrior, who though buffeted by winds remains rooted. So let's take a moment to feel into that energy. What do you sense in your body? Is this aspect of the feminine speaking to you? Asking you to walk with her? Let's move on to the lover. The lover is the aspect of the feminine that is fully open and receptive to life. She soaks in life force and offers it out as rejuvenating, as a fountain of youth, as joy and as pleasure. The lover trusts. The lover surrenders into life. She is also a healer who will move us out of shame of our bodies, out of shame around our sexuality, She knows how to enjoy, whether it's the taste of dark chocolate or the thrill of standing outside in a storm. So let's take a moment and feel into that energy. Is this aspect of the feminine speaking to you? Does she have healing or liberation to offer you? I feel this is a good moment to pause and remind you to just allow what comes up for you. Do not get in your head. This is not the time for analysis. This is the time for listening into the wisdom that resides deep in your body. Trust the process. Let's proceed with 3 more aspects of the feminine. The Great Mother. Great Mother is the source of unconditional love. She always holds space for us. We can always trust her to be there. She is always filled with compassion, always filled with encouragement for us. The Great Mother wants to release us from unhealed childhood wounds. She wants to release us from generational wounds passed down through our ancestral lines. She wants to release us from limitations. Great Mother is our perfect sustainer and the source of all of our abundance. So feel into that. Is this aspect of the feminine drawing you close, wanting to envelop you? Now let's move on to the dark feminine. The dark feminine brings a sword. She brings a sword and she wields it with precision. She wants to remove anything that's holding us back from stepping into our wholeness. This aspect of the feminine is all about the shadow work. And it's one I'm very, very familiar with. The dark feminine is all about showing you what lies dormant within you. She will not let you play small. She will not let you lie to yourself. But she will liberate you. And she will set free the fire that burns within you. So let's take a moment and feel into that energy. What do you sense in your body? Have you been called by the dark feminine? Are you cringing away from the idea of shadow work? Perhaps it's not the time for the dark feminine for you. But perhaps it is. Feel into that. Trust her. She is ultimately trustworthy. And finally, let's explore the feminine as medicine woman. This one's also known as the crone, the witch, the shaman. The feminine as medicine woman is an energetic vortex. She has the ability to see both into the seen and the unseen realms. She walks through the world being able to see what's happening under the surface and connect into what's hidden and dormant. She resonates with the cycles and the seasons. She embodies those rhythms. She is the holder of mysteries, and she is deeply prophetic. She has the sight. Let's call in the feminine energy of Medicine Woman. Does this resonate with you? Is this aspect of the feminine speaking to you, asking you to walk with her? One of the most important things is that you trust the wisdom coming up for you. And you may be surprised. You may think, ooh, this is the one I walk with. And yet you're hearing someone else calling you. Feel into that. This is a time when we allow the truth, our truth, to rise up in fully embodied form. Say to yourself, the only thing that matters right now is what's coming up for me right now. My truth. I am here in this moment, reclaiming the fullness of myself. And the greatest, most selfless thing I can do is to become true to myself, to live into myself. The divine feminine is fully trustworthy. So once more, feel deeply into your body and let the faces of the feminine turn towards you. Which one is lighting up? Are you being called to the mystic and high vibrational energy and sacred service? Or to the warrior's gift of courage and stamina and standing boldly in your truth? Is the lover calling you to open to beauty and delight? Is the great mother wooing you into her arms of unconditional love? Is the dark goddess coaxing you into shadow work to really come to know yourself? Or is the prophetic sight of the medicine woman and working within cycles and seasons and with the earth calling to you? As Chris comes up to lead us in silent meditation, trust that your openness will be met by the divine feminine.
Please take a breath as we together once again visit our opening meditation. Become aware of your body, the weight of your body in the chair. Follow the flow of your breath, breathing naturally. Now, with intention, visualize or sense an infinity symbol, a figure 8. And it's forming the bottom circle connected to Mother Earth's energy, loving and grounding. The upper circle created by the cascading light of cosmic source or spirit flowing down benevolent and always for your highest and best. And in the center, the circle intersects to form a shining point of love in your heart. Allow your awareness to enter that shining point of light in your heart. For here lies a portal into connection with the divine feminine. Take a step now. Cross the threshold of this portal into the deep compassion of the divine feminine. Let the divine feminine speak to you. Allow her to speak in symbols or in feelings or in vision or in a deep inner knowing of the far beyond, the intellectual mind. Allow your soul to hear, sense, and receive what is yours today. Let's go into silence. As the music gently calls us back, let us step back across the threshold in our hearts. As we come back into our own heart, we know the divine feminine is definitely trustworthy. And so we feel and express gratitude for what we have received. As we settle into our skin, our bones, our muscles and sinews, we also give thanks for this embodiment. We give thanks for embodied wisdom, We sense the air on our skin. We shift our bodies. We move our fingers, and we roll our shoulders, and we breathe and return to being present.
Thank you, Chris. And thank all of you for going on this journey with me, for opening yourself to the idea that there is strength and power, healing and guidance to be found within the divine feminine. I would encourage you to sit with whatever presented itself, no matter how weird. Perhaps journal, perhaps dance it out. Meet that energy in whatever way feels good to you. And most of all, enjoy the ride. She's a fun companion. And now as you look around, notice all the wonderful family you have here supporting, cheering you on, caring for you. And so we close our meditation. And as we do, we offer the opportunity for you to share of your financial good in support of the work that we do in the world. If you're joining us online, you can find the donate button and our mailing address at mysticheart.org. And we thank you very much in advance for your gifts.
Sometimes the best way to encounter new things is to jump right in. Not always, but a lot of times. So it's a song called Get Ready, My Soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest part of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, 'cause here I go. Deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go. Deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
And here we are. Please consider grabbing a cup of something warm next door and come back and join us for Conscious Conversation. I just messed up. I just messed up.
No, you didn't.
You still got to get,
I'm here
you know,
to
warm
remind
stuff.
you that I and we are all so very thankful for your gifts of treasure, talent, and time. You all make this community work for all of us and beyond. So I offer gratitude in knowing it comes from Source, but through you.
Now we're done.
Go get your own.
One more song. You can sing with us here. May your soul always find what it's looking for. May your heart always lead the way. May you live in peace and harmony. And may love always fill your day. May your path be strewn with happiness. May success find you everywhere. May you always embrace compassion and grace, and may God always answer your prayer. May you always embrace compassion and grace, and may God always answer your prayer. All right. Thanks for being here.
Very nice job, all of you. Very nice. Very nice. Welcome, new, familiar, and returning faces in here or out in cyberspace. Peace and harmony be with you. Pray with me now as we enter conscious conversation with one another and with the Source, knowing wherever we are, Source is, always expressing through us. We are guided by Angela to discuss her wisdom as well as our own thoughts, feelings, and experiences with the many faces of the divine that resides in all of us. I give thanks and gratitude for this time together, sharing from our authenticity, listening generously to one another, reflecting, learning, and perhaps relearning about our thoughts and attitudes of the divine feminine. I am fulfilled at peace, knowing all prayer is answered, and I close my prayer with utmost gratitude. It is done. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Chris. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome, or welcome back. If you're new with us here at Mystic Heart Spiritual Center, we are an interfaith community that welcomes all paths to the divine. We teach universal principles and practical spirituality. My name is Angela French. Don't touch the mic. And I am privileged to welcome you here today as our beautiful Reverend Diana takes a few well-deserved days off. And we are going to begin our conscious conversation very soon. But Reverend Diana did ask me to introduce myself, and I did promise the people in Teze for a little bit more information than I gave there. So, I grew up in an atheist family. I grew up in a family that was hostile to anything spiritual. Then I moved from Germany to the United States, went to college, took a philosophy class, and in the middle of philosophy class had a huge mystical experience that just boom, which is an uncomfortable place for an atheist. Yeah. So I quickly got subsumed into the Christian church because that's the culture that we live in. But I always had questions, and I always continued to look and seek. In that path, I earned a master's in theology and a master's in psychology. But I do have to say that it is the study that I did on the fringes with the Gnostics and the heretics and the mystics and the pagans that really began to resonate with my heart. So for me, at this point, labels have kind of dropped away. There are a few different paths that I'm currently exploring. But I would say the main one that really still lights me up is walking the path of the feminine Christ under the guiding light of Mary Magdalene. And I do believe that she understood the Christ path in an amazing and beautiful way. And she's also the one that initiated me into beginning to understand the divine feminine, beginning to understand the sacred feminine, which is the theme of the month. So here we are. Before Gary gets us going with some upbeat music, I do want to make sure that I make this very, very clear. Regardless of whether you are a feminine essence being or a masculine essenced being, this is for you. We both have masculine energies. We both have both of those, feminine and masculine energies. So feel into what's here for you. And, you know, if some of it isn't for you, chuck it in the bucket. It's all good.
All right, well, welcome to your Mystic Heart. You know this song. We've done this song many times. Here we go. Welcome to the Mystic Heart. Join the celebration. Lift your voice and sing your part. Make this affirmation. Spirit made us family with loving hearts to share. Together we are joyfully practicing the possible through prayer. Everything's possible through. Welcome to the Mystic Heart. All right, we know this one too, so you get to move around. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one. One big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right. We serve. We serve one God because we are all one God. We are one God, one family. We are one God living in diversity. We are one God. Now I see we are one God living as you and me. One more time. We are one God, one family. We are one God living in diversity. We are one God. Now I see we are one God living as you and me. Oh, one God. Oh, one God. Oh, one God. We are one God, one family. We are one God living in diversity. We are one God. Now I see we are one God living as you and me. Oh, one God. 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 We are one God, one family. We are one God living in diversity. We are one God. Now I see we are one God living as you and me.
I like you.
I like it. Put a ring on it.
Oh, thank you, Spirit, for the laughter. Even as we're going back into prayer for a moment, ground yourself and join me in prayer for the creation of a love-soaked world. Know with me now that we are creating a world where all humans embody and live from the qualities of spirit. Love, kindness, generosity, and compassion. In this world, all people honor and care for one another, for all the life forms that share this beautiful planet, and care for the earth herself. We remember that we are connected to all of life, that we are dependent on the planet to sustain us and on one another. Living a life true to our nature, we give of ourselves generously, offering the gifts we came here to give. With all needs met for every person, each one is free to share time and talent in ways that feed the soul. In the world we envision, all beings are well fed, have the safety and comfort of home and a deep sense of belonging and purpose. We welcome this new way of living. We welcome valuing every being for its uniqueness. And we practice living authentic lives. With love, generosity, and kindness guiding every heart, our world is free of hatred and violence. And in the process of this profound change, this profound vision we are holding, this community stands as an open and welcoming place for all who seek support, belonging, and family. By the power of our deep faith, this prayer is acted upon and answered even before it is spoken. And so it is. Amen. Aquarius, go. Satu, Ashe, Aho. Okay, bringing awareness back to the body. I think we're all here, right? Everybody's aware? Okay.
Almost.
Bring it in, Dave. I need you. Bring it in. Go ahead and take a moment, if you haven't already, to look around this beautiful space, see all your beautiful family, all the people supporting you and cheering you on. All right, so our theme this month has been the sacred feminine. And in Teze this morning, we felt deeply into different aspects of the sacred feminine. I just want to pause again here and say there is the fullness of the sacred feminine, there's the fullness of the sacred masculine, and we have both running through us. So if you're a man, or if you're a woman, or if you are neither, or if you are all, or however you identify, there's something here for you in these aspects of the divine feminine. Why am I talking about aspects of the divine feminine? Because the fullness of the divine feminine can show herself in different threads. And that's what we talked about this morning. We went deeply into 6 different types of faces of the divine feminine. We went into the Great Mother, that unconditional love, and that one that wants to hold us and sustain us and heal some of the childhood wounds that we may be dealing with. We have felt deeply into the warrior. This is the one who stands in their truth regardless of anyone else's opinions, stands in their truth, stands there with stamina and courage while still maintaining heart. Heart is always important with the feminine. We talked about the lover, that one who opens and is receptive to all that life offers, beauty and delight, and just surrendering into the beautiful life force of what this life offers us. We talked about the mystic. We talked about that high transcendental path, that place where we walk into a sacred service that just brings divine love into our entire world in such a beautiful and magnificent way. Call out to Reverend Diana on that one. Hi. We talked about the medicine woman. We talked about the one who walks with a foot on both sides of the realms, one foot here and one foot on the other side of the veil. We talked about how she connects deeply into the cycles of the earth. She connects deeply into the seasons. She connects into death and rebirth. And she has prophetic sight. She can see what's underneath what isn't being talked about. And we talked about the dark feminine, who is my current companion. The dark feminine brings a sword. She will not let you be small. She will not let you lie to yourself. This is the feminine of shadow work. But she will liberate you. And she will set free the fire that burns inside of you. So those are some of the things we talked about. We also settled deep into embodied wisdom. This is not, the feminine is not something that is accessed through the prefrontal cortex. The intellect is part of it, but there is so much more wisdom available to us. There's gut wisdom, there's heart wisdom, there is nervous system wisdom, there is intuition, there is that bone deep knowing that I know, that I know, that I know, but I don't know why I know, but I know. Okay. That is embodied wisdom, and sometimes it messes with our mind. So, as we were in Taizé this morning, we grounded ourselves in the body to just try to feel out of those wisdoms. So feel free to do that again today, right now. Settle deep into your seat. Settle into your hips. Balance on your sits bones. Plant your feet on the ground. And let roots draw up from Mother Earth. Allow her energy to stabilize you and to enliven you. Let those roots reach deep, deep, deep down. And at the same time, lengthen your torso. Let your torso become a trunk, a strong oak, reaching upwards toward the sun, toward the sky, drawing down nourishment even as your roots draw up nourishment. Reach up into the celestial wisdom of the stars and beyond to Great Source, to Great Spirit. Let Source Light envelop you and hold you even as Mother grounds you. Can you feel if the energy shifted at all while we were doing that? What does it feel like when we intentionally bring our body online, when we invite it into the conversation? That energy is life force. That energy is the feminine. The feminine embraces everything. The tree, the wind, the weather patterns, the sunshine, the fullness of emotion. We connect deeply, deeply into the body, and we allow deep wisdom to flow. And again, I just want to take a moment here to remind you, if none of this is resonating for you, that's fine. Check it in the bucket. But I think, as I'm guessing most of us who are here have been on the spiritual path for a while, that there's a certain flavor of meditation that we are invited into when we begin our spiritual path. It's a flavor of stillness. It's a flavor of no movement, quieting the mind, quieting the thoughts, letting go of attachments, becoming one with great consciousness. And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful kind of meditation. It's not embodied meditation. Embodied meditation involves movement, it involves breath, it involves sound, it involves touch. That is embodied meditation. So what I want to help us begin to unbury is, what might embodied meditation look like for us?
Are you asking us a question?
I am asking a question.
All right. All right. Well, I would think embodied meditation would involve things that are involving the senses, so you could have it expressed through dance, conversation. There's a conversation within yourself. Those are just some of the things I would think about. Anybody else have any ideas?
Physical movement. Thank you, Brenda.
Dance. Like, we have a flavor of this embodied meditation where we invite people to come over, we drum, we get into like a half trance state and let go and move however you want, ground into the earth, start chanting or calling out, or just whatever kind of takes you completely out of your thinking self, drops you into just your feeling self, and allows you to express yourself freely and connectedly. For us is kind of what embodied meditation would be. You want to come over?
I might. I have to get my job. No, does that drumming, I would think that drumming or maybe that dancing, is it a way to release the excess body tension so that you are able to be?
It does that as well. Also, it has to do with brain waves. When I take drumming courses and stuff, there's certain tones and timing of beats that helps your brain waves to change from one state to another, allowing you to step into sort of that dream place in your mind. But any sound really. We have maracas, we got rain sticks. It's kind of like our drum circle, but way more free and wild.
Free and wild, there you go.
I can confirm that. And it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Anyone else have an idea of what, yes, Dave?
Well, I just think, and I can't remember their name correctly, but the whirling guys.
The whirling dervishes in the Sufi tradition, yes, very much so. Very much so.
For me, it's hiking and getting out in nature. So definitely standing at the top of a cliff, or I mean even just standing with the river, and you know those different aspects really.
Yeah, standing on the cliff and seeing the river and connecting with those elements. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, Heidi.
Oh, I was just gonna add something kind of simple, but walking your dog.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Walking your cat.
Or walking your cat.
Or your cat walking you.
Yes.
For a
Animals.
drag.
I'm going to let James, and then I'll come back to.
Yeah, simple, I guess, like working in our garden, or even some of the work we've been doing of late is trimming our fruit trees and whatnot, preparing them for their shape in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of intuitive kind of thing happening there. I'm looking at this tree that's got this random stuff happening from last year and trying to intuitively sense how does this thing want to grow.
Yes, very good. This
So-
intuitive creation, moving with what the tree is telling you and connecting, and that's perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
but there's this element of like it's in here and it's in here.
And
it's a lot of
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, connecting all those wisdoms together
It's that figure eight.
of the
Figure eight.
Teze.
Yeah, it's the figure eight.
Yeah, that was our meditation this morning. Bob?
My morning walks help me, and helps my health, and get in tune with the, you know, whatever's going on, even if it's raining or cloudy, or especially lately, sunshine, and look at the mountains. It's good to see, and then it's the trees and everything.
It's beautiful because you're feeling the wind, you're feeling the rain if it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much a touch, a sensation type thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so, yes, Dave.
Well, it seems like all these things bring us to the present. And in the present, we have expanded capabilities, which getting quiet in meditation brings you to that same space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a different way.
So
There's
instead
different
of a
ways to get to that
passive
expansion.
way, this is an active.
Exactly. Perfect, thank you. So we did a grounding exercise a moment ago. Anybody in here still trying to hold that position? Good, good, good. Because I was just going to tell you this is your permission to move.
Help, I'm locked.
Because what happens if we put ourselves in a position, whether it's just sitting in a chair on a Sunday morning or in life, where we feel like this is the right thing and I must hold this, what happens to us eventually?
Go stale.
We go stale.
Stiffen up.
You don't use it, you lose it.
Pain happens, whether it's pain in life, in our relationships, or pain in my shoulder because I really don't like this position I've been put in. Yeah.
Another aspect of that is if you're in that meditation, you're in that grounded position, sometimes you're called to some kind of action.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's not only sitting in the stillness to hear and listen, but then what are you going to do with it? Are you going to do anything with it? So you can't just stay in that. It needs to have a fluidity, a flow.
Are you telling us that the divine feminine and the divine masculine and all of that needs to flow together in order to be balanced?
There you go.
Is that what you're saying?
The balance between the stillness and the activity.
And conscious conversation is now over.
Cut to the chase, you know?
Just cut to the chase. Take us there, Chris. So, but getting back to what happens when we don't move, when we keep ourselves tightened up, that contraction. Look at my body language right now. What am I symbolizing when we stay in that contraction, when we don't allow ourselves to move according to the wisdom of what's coming in?
I would call that resistance.
Resistance,
You're shut down.
shut down, blocked,
You're shrinking.
shrinking. And I'm shielding my heart. Guarded. I'm shielding my heart. Okay. Symbolic of love can't flow. Love can't flow when we are in contraction. And newsflash, people, when love doesn't flow, it is excruciating for our feminine. It is excruciating. She withers when love isn't flowing. The feminine is all about life force. It's about being open. It's about seeing different ways, and logic says I should go that way, but intuition says I should go that way. And we can't do that when we don't allow that love and that life force to flow. So, has anybody ever shut down and blocked and contracted in life?
There's 4 people. With the 4 people in the car, everybody's saying, let's go that way. That's where I find the shutdown.
Yeah.
It's the challenge of working together through intuition. Because I have to
Nice.
convey why I say we should go this way.
You have to convey it.
3 people want to know why.
Because I said so.
Because I said so.
That's where you get that type of guy.
So, as I was saying, or I may not have said yet because I'm so off script at this point, the divine feminine is life force. It is connecting to everything that is going on. It's connecting into trees, it's connecting into the crying baby, it's making sure you got this person taken care of while you're taking care of yourself. All of that is going on. Life force is just flowing. And the wisdoms of our body have a beautiful way of meeting that and saying, I know that all of this stuff is happening, and yet I can lead you right where you need to go if you just tune into the body. However, and this is really important, really, really important. Don't judge the contraction. If you are in a place of contraction, take the wisdom out of that. There is wisdom there for you to mine. If you connected with the dark feminine in Taizé, trust me, she'll help you mine that. And once you got the wisdom, get out. Get out, get back into life force, get back into love flow. Because otherwise, you're going to get yourself stuck there for a week or a month. And that's not fun. We don't want to get stuck there. So liberate yourself. Stay in the flow. What would it feel like? And nobody here is in the flow all the time. But what would it feel like if we could be in the flow of life force, in the flow of wisdom, bodied wisdom? What would it feel like if no matter what life throws at us, there's a wisdom in our body that we can connect into, that we can navigate through it? What would it feel like if we were that open? And what would it feel like if we were that open to the grief that sometimes comes along with life circumstances, to the anger? The feminine is able to get ragey. Higher level divine feminine can hold that rage in a heart space. What would it feel like if we could meet life that open? That is a question.
Be in a state of joy.
Joy. The feminine is a source of joy. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Mark.
Yeah, I liked when you said earlier about aspects. To me, those are qualities. It's another word for qualities.
Of course. Very much so.
And I like
Thanks.
the idea of embodying qualities that I didn't think I was entitled to before.
Oh, that's beautiful, Mark. Thank you.
Well, thank you, but your notion of the dark feminine wielding the sword really touched me this morning, and still is, and seems like it's empowered me to think in terms of what I can cut away that is not helping me these days.
Nice.
And I think that kind of comes down to that four-letter word, fear.
Or love.
If I can cut away fear, then I'm free to have that quality exist and flow through me. So the word flow, sitting beside a stream, it's going to take away all of those doubts that cause the fear. I'm coming into a point where I'm feeling like, hey, I've got everything I need. I'm equipped. So I don't have to fall victim to those fears. I may be able to see them coming, and they are certainly useful, but I don't have to be captured in that way.
Beautiful, Mark. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're talking about. Again, conscious conversation's over. No, that's exactly. I recently read a quote, and don't ask me to tell you who quoted it, but it said, fear cannot stand in the face of generous love. And whether that's generous love to someone else or just generous love to ourselves, fear cannot stand in it. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, Chris.
Building on what Mark said and what's being said, I think that joy comes from an inner contentment, knowing that all is and will be well, regardless of the circumstances in front of me right now. Those don't have to take away my joy. Those things don't have to restrict my creativity. I am free from the appearance to be able to move in the direction I'm being led.
Perfect. Very beautiful. Thank you. Yes.
So you described the openness as like also embracing that rage
Yes.
kind of openness. And a while back, taking some classes at CSL when I was there, there was a study of being able to hold love for maybe some of the people in our history that aren't the nicest people, and actually see them in love, and that's that rage,
Yes.
that thing that we want to judge, I guess, as not good. Being open enough to actually see that as good in this moment to teach me whatever I want to express. But it's an openness that's not always easy to
No, it's
expect
not.
others to allow.
No, it's not. That is what this morning in Teze, when we were talking about Great Mother, we were talking not only about her, that aspect not only carries unconditional love, but it carries this desire to heal that stuff and to reparent to the point where we can hold space for these people who have hurt us, while also setting limits on how much we allow them into our lives again. That's beautiful. Thank you. What about if we were able to stay in that flow and that life force flow and that energy moving through us open? What about not needing to control things? Anybody here like to control things?
I like order.
Yes, Lucinda.
That's the illusion of control.
That's the illusion of control.
I used to like that. Reverend Diana's training was different.
We love our Reverend Diana. She trains all of us.
I think she might use the word, how's that working for you?
How's that working for you?
It wasn't.
We don't need to numb out. Anybody here like to numb out once in a while? Yeah, I'll own that one. We have the freedom to be creative in our responses. Every single logical, rational thing tells me I should go that way, but I'm being called this way.
Yes.
Okay. The thing about, and now I'm going to get woo-woo on you, which I know you guys can handle because, you know, we're here, we're Mystic Heart, we do woo-woo. When we allow ourselves to remain open, and when we allow energy to just flow through us, and to carry that energy, and to open space for that energy, we can allow it to flow through us into the earth. Into the earth, into the earth. And it touches every single being who walks on this earth. So when you can hold that, you are such a light in this earth. And nobody does it perfectly. Again, that's why we did the whole aspects of the feminine thing, so you all could feel into, ooh, maybe I need to do some work right here, okay? But in those moments when we hold that energy fully, we are feeding such an amazing amount of light and love into this earth. Yes, we want to be out there serving, absolutely. Touch real people, serve real people. But just holding that energy, you guys have no idea how powerful you are when you do that. So, I'm going to bring it all the way back around to embodied meditation, in case anybody else came up with some other ideas while we were talking. Anybody, something pop into their mind where they're like, oh, I do this. Heidi.
I have a question about what if you had resistance to any of the aspects?
Resistance is beautiful. It's very beautiful. Use your discernment. It could be you're resisting the aspect because she's calling you in. Trust me. I will lead you through this. I will not let you fall. Or it could be, this is not your time yet, sweet one. but I'm waiting in the wings. Go with this one, whichever your second one was. Go with this one, but I'm waiting in the wings. This is where we're headed. I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you a little prophetic sight. This is where we're headed. And trust that. So use your discernment. So, meditations, my favorite one, take a bath. Hot water, quiet bathroom, good music. Beautiful embodied meditation time.
If you don't like a bath, you can do the shower.
You don't like a bath. I don't know why you wouldn't like a bath, but okay.
You never
I have an entire list of reasons why.
I'm sure you do.
See, I told you somebody might have.
See? Kindred spirits right there.
Just rinse off
that. Yoga. Yoga is a very embodied practice. However, it is structured. So there's structure and there's movement, and that may be right up your alley. That may be exactly where you're at. If you're me, you get into your yoga pose.
Tree pose.
And then you're like, yeah, this arm wants to move, so we're just going to move this arm. And now this wants to happen. So my yoga looks weird, but you guys do. You guys do you. Visualize yourself as a jellyfish. I love this one. You can do it at home. Nobody's around.
You gotta have a lot of tentacles, or?
I've only got 4. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, sounding. Sounding, that's one I'm just moving into because of this voice that I have and this cough that I have and the fact that I sound husky on a good day. I'm just moving into sounding. How about roaring?
Oh, yeah.
How about crying? Those are all embodied practices, and they can all be meditations when they are used with intention. Okay? Meditation happens all the time. Every single moment of your mundane, everyday life can be a meditation if you bring intention and awareness to it. There's this beautiful being I know who we were talking, well, she was talking to somebody else, but I'm sharing this story regardless. She said, I don't think that I do any kind of woo-woo witchy stuff. I don't think I do the magic stuff. I just don't think that resonates with me. Meanwhile, while she's cooking dinner, she is blessing every single spice that she throws into the soup. She is pouring her love and her desire to bring abundance to her family into the carrots that she's chopping. That's a meditation. That is feminine magic. Okay, so think outside the box. Where are we, time-wise? Time is an illusion. Thank you, darling. We're just going to keep going for the rest of the day now. Yeah, okay, I think... See, embodiedness happening right here. I guess the last question before we move into kind of the ending is, what do you think the ramifications are when we suppress? Sorry, the other direction. When we fully express the feminine, fully express it, let it out, completely let it hang out. What do you think the ramifications of that might be?
Might scare some people.
Might be a bit chaotic.
She's got a point.
Chaotic. Might scare some people. Might look weird. Yeah.
Pregnancy might happen.
Somebody had to say
Oh my gosh.
Somebody had to say it.
Pregnancy might happen.
Be open, it's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. So the reason I ask that is that yes, the divine feminine can be big and out there and wild, which is why we also need the divine masculine to balance it out, which is next month's theme. So you guys just got set up.
What do we do until then?
That's where we're going next month. Next month is next Sunday.
Don't get too crazy. 1 week.
Don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant.
There you go.
All right, any last thoughts before I start winding us up here? Down? Wind, no, I'm going to wind you up regardless.
Are you gonna take us into the offertory?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to happen. All right. So, I would just encourage you to connect deeply with your feminine in this coming week. Get creative in how you engage with her. See how many different ways you already move in the world that you can just turn into an embodied meditation. And finally, I encourage you to be in community. The feminine thrives in community. So, as we move toward the end of our time together, I invite you to center yourself once more. Scooch around, settle into your hips. One last visualization. You don't even need to close your eyes for this because, again, we're popping out of the box here. Okay? I would like you to sense or imagine a golden light rising up from the earth and enveloping you. Let the golden light hold you within its warmth as it shimmers with love and goodwill and life force. The golden light is the divine feminine in all of her aspects. Sit in her golden light and let her stimulate healing and liberation for you even now in this moment. Let her attract all that you need even now in this moment. Just let her love on you. And now with a sharp inhale, pull all of that into your heart space. This is where she lives. This is where you're carrying her. Trust her. And as they say at the end of the Looney Tunes thing, that's all, folks. So, we're going to move into our offertory. I invite you to join in the celebration of the work we are doing in the world by sharing of your financial good, should you choose to. If you are at home, you can go to mysticheart.org or use our donate button. Find our mailing address. We also have a gracious giving program if you want to make a monthly commitment. That helps us plan for our budget, where we're going in the future. So there we go. And now my beautiful Gary is going to play some beautiful feminine tinted music for us.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna celebrate the Divine Mother. I hope you enjoy this. There is a loving place, tender and full of grace. Sweet sister, hear our prayer. Oh, Mother, take us there. There is a loving place where peace shines on every face. This is the dream we share. Oh, Mother, take us there. Oh, Mother, take us home. Please melt these hearts of stone. Guide us with constant care. Far from our hearts may roam. Help every soul to fly. Dance with the angels soaring on high. Make every hurt to heal. Help every fear to die. Let your love light our way. Cast every doubt away. Sweet sister, hear our prayer. Oh, Mother, take us there. Oh, Mother, take us home. Please melt these hearts of stone. Guide us with constant care. Far be their hearts may roam. Help every soul to fly. Dance with the angels soaring on high. Help every hurt to heal. Help every fear to die. Let your love light our way. Cast every doubt away. Sweet sister, hear our prayer. Oh, Mother, take us there. 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 This is the dream we share. Oh, Mother, take us there.
We accept these gifts of your treasure, time, talent, knowing it's coming from whichever feminine divine face you're sharing today to us to do good works in the world. So we thank you all for the gifts and know that it'll do. We will be good stewards for all of this. And we thank you. Okay. I think that's it. I think you're up.
All right, well, as said, come join us for lunch. It's free.
Oh, there you go.
And it's good.
Come
All right,
for the
here we
service,
go.
stay for the food.
You know this song. All together, hand in hand, we see the light, we take a stand, and we are changing. Whole new life for you and me, take your past and set it free. Share this blessing. Love be with you, peace enfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in. Truth come through you, make good flow to you, let joy renew you until we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, 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 love be with you until we meet again. Love be with you, ooh, love be with you, ooh, love be with you, ooh, love be with you, love be with you. Have a great week.